So what are we going to do now?
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. Done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder, even if it is a group responsibility. We're going to look into this.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials. Lucky
Okay.
you didn't get a beating.
Gonna take off now. I am lucky I didn't get beaten.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time? I am not.
She said
You could be
straight.
Liz. You could be anything. You could even be a model.
Even a mod? Glenn,
That's different.
I went to law school. I am an attorney.
He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of Le Debutante International.
Okay.
So fucking what? Lots of models are actually really smart people, fuckwad.
No, Glenn, they aren't.
James Corbin.
This didn't change her opinion of you. It's not her. She's not a hardy girl. Definitely.
Obviously, I'm a lawyer, a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. I would urge you to consider what you say to my clients.
Maybe we'll talk later. It's not going to happen anytime soon. I see myself as an authoritative figure. What is that? Inland Empire, isn't it?
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and white boots.
You can tell what's her face all about the. Oh, there's a new person.
Yes? Hello?
That's our essential focus.
Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
If she's such a working class woman, why isn't she working?
What are you
Looking
doing?
for something to read.
Good.
It is. I know you are.
Everyone can see that. The rectangles.
You need to help me.
What with?
What with? A lot of things. For example, people tend to go missing.
Good for a
The
moment.
woman before you nods.
Very
You're
not.
alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now.
The dark,
What's in there? In that dark sarcophagus?
right. The dark sarcophagus.
Yes? How was it?
Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to
A
hear.
charnel house, a failed business enterprise leeching life energy from this bookstore.
I knew it. Oh, such horrors that have been thrust upon us.
She shakes her
But
head.
what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity?
But to the entity you told me about, her name is Nia, and she's a novelty dice maker.
Novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
It's malicious. This is a businesswoman like you. She's not the one to
I
be
don't
involved in this.
understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
She looked perfect.
Before you say anything, ask yourself, is the woman really able to withstand the truth? The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down. She's squeezing on the pendant too tight. A drop of blood in her palm. To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
This is no case because there are too many inconsistencies in the text of this. Frozen arts dark in the text of and brought the void spirits down upon this place. There is another entity more malignant pulling the strings in Martinez. Perhaps in my travels I will cross paths with it.
Oh, how horrid! I knew something wasn't right about that place. Tell me, did you find a way to break the curse?
Yes, I performed the ancient ceremony's dispelling rites. This commercial area is doomed no more. As it would have been the spirit of Guerre de Million banished the curse in a flash of disco brilliance. Yeah, I de-spooked it. The curse is definitely gone. I'm afraid that I can only identify the source. You have to call some other experts to lift the curse.
Guillaume Le Million? The singer who made that awful face? Well, I do see the resemblance.
She looks at you with sudden
All that
admiration.
matters is that the energies are retreating. I can already feel the curse lifting. It will be a long time until we're fully free of it, of course. But still, thank you, officer. Truly, you've brought a better psycho-emanation to this humble bookstore, and that's no small achievement.
She so badly wants this to be over. She would have believed anything.
All right, then. All's well that ends well. Should we return to our ordinary lives?
Farewell. We've not investigated the special borscht yet. Turn it up.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence. The man says a couple. I'm pretty sure he asked you. He doesn't know your language. You can just say something cool in return.
Horse need more vodka?
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men.
Of course, vodka. Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea. He smiles, nodding vigorously, then pours half a bottle of vodka into the pot. With a whistle, he stirs the brew. He smiles and nods enthusiastically, and, chattering away in his language, ladles some brew into a small thermal cup, then hands it to you. The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and white boots.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
His
not be able to
skin
do
is
that.
marbled with
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
An acrobatic maneuver would solve this situation. Nothing can go wrong with a good maneuver.
Bring the motor carriage over, cut the boat on the reef. Sell the branch. Maybe we could shoot him down. Maybe we can ask for help from the harbour. Yes.
I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
I would really prefer if there was another way. These people might have an agenda.
Yeah, wait, that's
But
right.
what other options? The corpse twists on the belt.
Someone else? You mean like the police?
What was that about processing, then? Weren't they supposed to take care of the boots? Why don't they help?
Boys from processing take care of this.
No. Think of the boys from processing as murderers. Only instead of people, they murder crime scenes. Processing is a wrecking crew. They know how to commission off items and how to work the incinerator in the morgue. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast. I have thought of that, yes. But the tire tracks would compromise the scene. Any prints would become illegible. That's if we get it through the hole in the fence. Also, my MC has a sloped roof. It's a sports model. The roof is slippery. An all-around bad platform to stand on.
Right, take the piggyback.
How about I take you, piggyback?
Where's
The fuck are these pigs talking?
Have their bank or something. Oh, it's fucking boring, Kuno. Wish they'd fuck already.
Please shut up. Man, they're rhetorical, right?
I wasn't actually implying I would. I meant it's a bad idea.
It's a fucking hilarious idea. You two puscapars get on top of each other and fuck.
In silence, the lieutenant gives you a meaningful glance, as if to say, case in point.
You check them down.
Climb up there and saw the branch?
It seems unclimbable, because the ladder is treacherously rotten, but you could use your hands and feet to reach around the tree, then hang from the branch.
There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
The buckle holds the lot together.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss, Kuno!
Nothing let him chase.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzle loader, ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
a lot of things were wrong with that shot. The fellow's test was the wrong choice. His shoulders were raised, but above all, he cannot trust his eyesight.
Fucking idiot! Mookaba asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he? Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano Cloud.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised. Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that. I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
Thank you.
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
That's it. We have to ask.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks.
Resistant shrugs and proceeds to let
Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
He shines and there's that shot.
They only have one gun!
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana pointer! Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth!
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard. instinctively resting on the trigger.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Got it.
The buckle explodes
Boom.
into tiny pieces, coming loose with a whir.
Oh.
Your hand numb from the recoil, you look at the body slump down. For a moment, the man appears to kneel in front of you, looking straight at you, helpless, trapped within itself.
Communism.
It takes a millisecond for the association to flash within your cortex. You have no idea where it's coming from, only that it's right. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
Okay. Okay.
Ace is high.
This is his right hand, right computer, slap it.
The ace is high, a custom invented by the aerostatic brigades during the revolution, is used to celebrate success in Revachol, especially in sports. The gesture is spread across the...
Slap it.
The lieutenant takes a little hop to perform the customary salutation. Your palm hurts from the slap. It's precise and down to the point.
I knew these guys were
Voice is deeply breathing.
We will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death. But before... Excuse me.
Turn away from the
Slumped on the ground like that has not improved the way the corpse smells. The fall seems to have released something deep inside it.
It looks like I feel like taking a break from the stench. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. Just a little breather before we do the autopsy.
Alright, going back is the gun.
I would suggest we interview Everhart and Joyce, the leader of the Union and the Wild Pines Rep, but we've already done that, so it's up to you, detective. Take us where we need to be.
He trusts you have plenty of things in a task chain lined up. The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking straight through you. The belt is still around his neck. His body is supine and open to intrusion. By autopsy, the lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
So what exactly is...
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Mundi, is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single, Epuis Descent, to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea. You must have me confused with the Copperpedia.
This is a Copperpedia. I think I need
You, sir, you are the Copperpedia.
Unfortunately, no. They are better than nothing. Tell you what, I perform the anatomical side of things while you will take notes.
You just fill this in, right? Show him the red field autopsy film in your ledger.
That's right.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first.
Jump ahead.
It begins with,
That's you.
the corpse is indifferent to your scribblings, just lies there. The next box says,
KK57 0803 dot 0815.
KK equals Kim Kitsuragi. 57 equals Precinct 57, followed by his date 0803 and time of arrival 0815 on the scene. He's indexed the case after himself, not you. That's because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question of your initials.
Shouldn't we file the coroner's case under me? Technically, I arrived at the scene before you.
And what would that make the alphanumeric?
I
do. KK57 0503 0815. Next. NA. Next. NA. Roughly 50.
Dry 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side.
I'm gonna write.
He nods.
Right.
Mondial.
Fair to olive-skinned, from the Isola of Mwindi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish. The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Fucky, fucky!
Little monster explains energetically.
Pigs can have sex!
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
We're still going with March 4th. 51. What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.